Yes, we are back at it, the real life, and this week's guest, yes, I've got him. It's the former British and Commonwealth featherweight champion. It's the road warrior, John Simpson. John, how you doing, mate?
I'm doing good, yep.
How's life treating you, mate?
It's okay. I'm PTing just now, so it's going okay. So
How you finding the PTs and that, John?
it's going slow, but I think with Christmas and that coming up, it'll take a bit of time to build up. So
How's the family and the sons getting on, John?
they're going good. My oldest is 19 now, my youngest is 14, so they're getting bigger. The two of them are bigger than me as it is, so which wouldn't be hard right enough. But they're going really well.
They hope to make a career in boxing, John?
Well, I would like to be a trainer. I'm training fighters, so I've been speaking to Jack Turner, so it looks like I'm going to be training Jack from now on. So just hopefully that picks up as well. But it's my passion. I mean, it's obviously train fighters now that I'm out of sport, so I miss it dearly. So so hopefully that goes well.
You're looking forward to training Jack, then I can see him picking up the titles and that then, John?
Yeah, definitely. He's I think he's the 7 fights, Jack, but I've sparred with Jack a few years ago, and if I noticed then, it was pretty good, you know. But I mean, it's obviously with the guidance, and if he works hard outside the gym as well as in the gym, he'll go a good way, I think.
Speaking of boxing, John, you're 8 years away from the ring now. The last time you jumped through those ropes, how you finding it, John? Are you missing it?
I torture. Think about it all the time. I thought the feeling would go away, but I was going to make a couple of comebacks, but my elbows, it's the reason I retired in the first place. I've got tendinitis in my 2 elbows, so I was getting cortisones at the end of my career, but they stopped working, so I had to retire. It was the only thing I'd done since I was a boy, so it was kind of hard to let go, but it's as what it is. I just got to go on my life into it.
What do you miss the most about it, John?
I just miss fight night, walking into the ring. It's the nerves you get in fight night, knowing you're going to trade punches with somebody. And it's just the big occasion. That's what I miss the most. It's training, no, that's good enough, but there's bad points in training that as well. I don't miss, but my dying that I don't miss, but it's walking into the ring on fight night. It's the best feeling in the world. But you chase that feeling your whole life, and I'll never ever feel that again, to be honest. It's nothing fulfills you as much as walking into the ring.
How do you replace that high, John, the high of fight night, the ecstasy, walking to that ring? Is there anything in life that can replace that at all?
Nah, I don't think it can. I've tried. Well, with alcohol, I've tried to chase it with that, but that was a dead end, you know. I've drunk when I was a boy, going right through boxing. I always trained hard for my training camps. I always was in the gym then, but in between fights, I should have took it a wee bit more serious, I think. But it was obviously, I've got a stage in my life now. I'm getting older, and my kids are getting older, and I need to obviously give up, you know.
Do you feel like a bit of discipline back then, John?
In the gym, no. I was 100% in the gym. Once the fight was over, the big occasion died down. That's when I let myself kind of wander, you know. But it's like, if I had to do it over again, I would change it, but I can't. So there's no point of kind of going over and over it. So
a lot of fighters kind of get lost, John. Did you fall into that category?
Well, I was trying to find work for ages, and I ended up working in the shipyards for 3 years. But it was torture, to be honest. And I've done my PT tickets, so I'm going to be a personal trainer, and I want to train fighters as well. I had my professional boxing trainer's licence in the past, a few years ago, but that ran out, so I need to renew that, and with the PT, and hopefully it kicks off that way.
How did you cope mentally, John, and emotionally when you retired? Because you've done this your whole life, and then it's crash bang whap, it comes to an end. How did you cope with that, John?
Didn't really cope with it, to be honest. So I felt a bit hard done by in some of my fights as well. I was number 6. I was number 6 with IBF, the world ratings. I was number 6 after I beat Martin Lindsay, and then after I beat Stephen Smith the first time. I get made to fight him again, and again it was a closer fight the second time, and that was the second title I took off us, and I really thought I won the second fight as well. But Stephen's a great guy. It's not Stephen's problem, you know. It's the judging. It's the judges who actually give him a decision, you know. And I thought I did win the 2 fights. Second one, not as much as the first one, but I was a champion both times and he took the title off us, and my head went down after that as well. Come back at super featherweight and done okay, but really after that I couldn't really do
See a
much
lot of
more.
these robberies, John, which we spoke about off camera as well. Does that play in your mind quite a lot?
Yeah, sometimes I can't even watch the boxing the weekend. Sometimes listen to commentators, and then at the end of the fight, it's just hearing some of the judges' scorecards. It's kind of wrong at times because the boy puts their whole life into this. It's their whole life. It's the only thing they've got, you know, and then they're not getting decisions. It's not fair at all. And usually it's, I don't know, it seems kind of biasism, but I don't know.
Do you ever get depressed, John, when you're retired?
Definitely. I've been in a deep depression, to be honest.
How are you finding that?
I'm coping better now. It's obviously drinking every weekend and doesn't help that either. So, but I'm managing things a lot more better now. As I say, but trying to get the coaching side of it is kind of softening the blow a wee bit, but it's kind of hard to swallow. Still been 8 years on. I thought it would have been better, but it's not. It's kind of just as fresh, to be honest. But
How hard were they times, John?
they were okay. Weren't okay. You get through them, you know. It's not. You can't really lie down and just take it and roll over and die. You know, you just got to keep fighting and get on with your life. I've got 2 kids there as well, so it's obviously there's always something to fight for, you know.
You've got a better structure in your life now, John.
I have. I'm training a lot more now. I've always trained. I mean, if I had a drink at the weekend, I would always go to the gym through the week or whatever. If I was working, I'd go to work and not go to the gym. But just now, I'm training most days, and my mood's a lot better, and things are looking a bit better. Just obviously, if I'm training Jack now, that'll keep my hand in with the boxing.
You've got the right people running about you now, John, I take it.
It's just my wife, my kids, to be honest. Nobody else. They've been there. Mum and Dad and my sister as well. They've been there. They've always been there. But
So it matters, innit? But
yes, that family, and obviously these people can't leave you either, can they? So, but I think, so things are looking a lot better anyway. Hopefully, keep my mum up in this gym at Johnston in BC as well.
Yeah.
Kevin McIntyre runs this gym, so I'm giving him on as well. So, it's all good.
Aye. There's no secret, John, during your career in between fights, you went off the beaten track a
Yep.
bit due to the alcohol and things like that. How mad did it get, John?
It's just usual, I don't know. I've not changed really. In fact, I'm a lot better now than I was when I was boxing. I would just go on and drink on a Friday and stay on it for a couple of days and then get back to normal on a Monday.
See back then, John, because you've agreed that you're this boxer, did a lot of cast-offs kind of run about me and things like that, John? No?
I don't know. I don't know. Really, if it was that way, I wouldn't know at the time. I would just go wherever the drinking was, you know. But as I says, I don't really like getting over and over that. It's done now, so I just need to concentrate on my life now.
Would you party a lot after fights, John?
After fights, I did, but I always trained hard in between. Always trained hard for fights. I always give myself 10 weeks. I've had 10 weeks notice. Yeah. And that's how I won. I was 5 times champion, and that's how I won the titles I won, because I did train hard. But if I was disciplined outside the ring, I don't know, because the habit would maybe be better. But you know.
Do you regret any, John?
I regret not being disciplined outside the ring. Yeah.
You think things would have been a lot more different, John, if you're more disciplined? Looking back, not a bit of hindsight, but
I don't know, because I mean, as I say, the second time I beat Alpha Stephen Smith, I was number 6 in the IBF rating, so I would be looking at a world title shot left after that, you know, and I took that fight, and again, I thought I'd get the bum steer again, but I don't know.
Have you done anything different, John?
I would have been more disciplined outside the training camp, yeah. I'd have trained the same, because I always trained 100%, that was the way I thought as well, but in between fights, I should have stayed on. I kept my weight down. I should have been in the gym more, but
well, they say, listen, John, with age comes wisdom.
And
you're a lot wiser now. Would you agree with that?
Aye, definitely. It's alright saying that now, isn't it? You can't turn back the time, but it's only that I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what I would do if I was back doing the same thing again. I really don't know.
Boxing played a huge part of your life, John, but where would you be now if there wasn't any boxing, John?
Well, really, I never had anything to do with the boxing for years there, but as I've been coming, my 2 boys are kind of into it now, so I've been coming to the gym with them, and Obviously, I've been in PT courses I've done. It's mainly PT boxing I'm doing. I can do other PTs as well, like strength and conditioning, but it's kind of becoming a bigger part of my life again. So, but yeah, been here with the boys, the amateurs has been good. It's kind of...
How important is that for you, John? Is that for your, like, your kind of your stability, your mental health and things like that? You need to come to the gym, aye?
Definitely. But training myself, I still train, I lift weights now, I'm still hitting the bags to this day, and I'll move about with the kids as well. My two boys, I was sparring with two of them not long ago, so it's I'm still active enough, you know what I mean. But I miss the training, I miss the regimentation, the training back then, because I was training. If I was training in the mornings, I'd be running every night, so that's like 5-6 days a week. So it's not there anymore. So really, it's kind of, you feel lost at times, but you've just got to snap out of it.
You get a clear vision now, John, how you want to train fighters, what you want to go. Have you got it in your head the way you want things to kind of pan out here?
Definitely. That's when I always trained hard myself, so but I'm expecting any fighters I train is to kind of give their all as well. I never in the gym I was flat out all the time, which sometimes maybe wouldn't be, I would do it because you need your rest days as well. As you know that probably now, but.
Yeah. Go further, John. What's the plan? What do you want to achieve? Do you want champions? Do you want British champions?
I want to train champions, obviously. If, like myself, I want to be a world champion, obviously. That's the furthest you can go. But I mean, any titles at all is a good thing to do. You know, British title's excellent. I won it outright. So just anybody, if they put 100% in the gym, then they'll have me 100% as well. You know.
What characteristics do you want to nurture into these fighters, John?
Just obviously outside the ring, you've got to be disciplined when you outside the gym as well. It's all right training hard in the gym, but when you leave the gym, you've got to watch what you're eating. You can't be out bevving at the weekends and whatever. It's actually they've got to be in at 100%, or else there's no point really, is there? It's wasting time.
Because our discipline's our destiny, John. So what's your discipline that progresses with in the future, how you're going to be and things
without a doubt, yep. That's it. But so I just need anybody I train, I just need them to give me 100%, and it's the same goes as when they're on the gym as well. If they're behaving outside the ring, then I don't see any obviously with me training them, I don't see how they can not win titles or not.
Because you know what it's like, John, you need to channel that inner storm, keeping away from that madness, and obviously you've learnt your lesson, John, the way is that you're going to try and implement that into their kind of career as well?
Definitely, it's hard, but because what you're supposed to do, you're supposed to follow them about outside the ring, you know, but outside the gym, sorry. But whoever I train will be old enough and big enough now to decide for themselves, you know. And I don't want to be able to turn up at the gym on a Monday hungover or whatever, you know, and or else overweight. It goes the same with their diets as well. If they're out, if they're eating all week, you know, all weekend, and they come to the gym busting on a Monday, it's not use to me either, you know. So they've got to play the game outside the ring as well.
See, excluding basically the robberies you had during your career and things like that, John, has boxing gave you some of the best times of your life at the same time?
No, without a doubt, I miss it a bit. So I do. I struggle to watch boxing at weekends. I'm sitting there gutted at times, but I can't do nothing about that. And
are you finding it hard to let go, John?
Aye, definitely. I'm just hoping if get my coaching licence, it's good coming up and helping the boys out, but it's the walking in the ring on the night, I'll never replace that feeling. It's the best feeling in the world, and I've tried everything, and I've tried to replace it, and it's nothing comes near, you know.
Do you still wake up every day, John, going, fuck, I could go again?
Aye, I still feel that now. I could fight, so I reckon I could. My elbows, I'm tendonitis my two elbows. That's how it's called golfer's elbow. That's how I retired in the first place. I was getting cortisones, and they stopped working. They had to stop working. They stopped working after a while. So so it's just when I miss my shots, if I'm in the pads or in sparring, I get a shooting pain right in the same of my arm. So it's just it's sore when it happens. So it's not it can't happen anywhere. So
what was your best night, John?
Barton Lindsay probably. That was when I won I defended my British title twice before that, and then I won it again. I think it's 4 wins now, isn't it? Mm-hmm. So you've got
3. You need to win it.
Aye, 4. So
3 defences, 4 wins.
So it's 4 wins. Mm-hmm. So that was my 4th win. So and I held on to the British title for good that time. So that was a good achievement, and it was in Belfast as well, which was great. Martin's a crank guy.
Because they had you the underdog that night, John, and you came out, and I mean, saying to you, you threw 909 punches. That's Marco Antonio Barrero, Eric Morales-esque, that is 100%, do you know what I mean? And done the country proud that night, John. As a fan, I was blown away, mate, how you did that night, executing a total game plan.
I was actually surprised myself, because I think I got told 6 weeks before it, so I was surprised myself. Actually boxed so well. I wasn't expecting it. I felt brilliant for the whole fight. Obviously it was 12 rounds, so, and I felt great getting into the 12th round, and I managed to keep the work rate up, which was you need to do that as a fighter. You need to keep your work rate high, and it worked. So
who's the hardest you've been in with? Biggest puncher?
Lee Selby probably.
Seriously,
he was big at featherweight as well. It was. It's just the size of him. I seen him and Ricky Byrne sparring once up at the Fighting Scottish Billy Nelson's old gym, and the two of them were sparring, and he was running about the same height as Ricky, if not a wee bit bigger, and it was good, nice to watch as well that day as well. So I've got to say the hardest opponent would be Billy Selby. I think the judges' scorecards were equal, but even getting into the round, I get stopped, and he just caught a body shot. So you can't really recover for that either. It takes a lot to recover for a good body shot. So, yep. Nice.
Tell me the one fight that got away for you, John, you didn't get. Where the money reasons, things like that, you say, I'm going to get this guy, I fancy to do a job on him. Which one fight that slipped away for you?
I don't know if there's any, because I really took any fight that was good to us. So I did. I don't.
That's here called the Road Warrior, wasn't it?
I didn't know back any fights. And maybe should have at times. I was maybe stupid that way, but like John Murray, I shouldn't have fought John Murray or was it Tommy Coyle?
Tommy Coyle, they were lightweights, weren't they?
Yeah, they were just too big, and again I had 4 and 5 weeks. I wasn't in shape when I started training for the fights with 4 and 5 weeks to go, so I was at a loss before I even got into the ring, to be honest. But I took them anyway.
What about the Scott Harrison fight? Was that close, John?
I don't know actually. They were talking about it, but it was always a lot bigger than me, Scott. As I says to you. But he fought when I fought Appleby, he fought on the bill as well, and he looked about 2 weights above me, 3 weights above me, and he was fighting. I think he was fighting at lightweight, he was only fighting the weight above me, so he was absolutely enormous, man. So I have no chance. But Scott, I've sparred with Scott a few times as well, so I did.
How was the spars, John, alright?
It was alright, yeah, it was alright.
So you're on the other side of the ropes now, John.
Yep.
What would you tell a young John Simpson that's coming to the gym, and you see similarities of yourself and him? What would you say to him, John?
I would just tell him if like Floyd Mayweather is, he was disciplined through his whole life. Actually, I've read somewhere he only goes about a pound or two above his fighting mates fighting that. So I would say try and keep your weight manageable, and just try and stay disciplined. Obviously, stay away from your bevy and any other kind of distractions that could kind of put you off.
So, John, you were brought up in Greenock. How was your upbringing, mate?
It was okay. Just went to a Catholic school, Catholic high school, went to college for 3-4 years. I got my chance in health and fitness eventually. So, yep, after that, I was an amateur, and I turned professional when I was 19. So, there's not much more to it, to be honest.
Did you have much back then, John?
Nah, I wouldn't say so, no. I wouldn't say. Obviously, I've had everything I needed. Mum and Dad provided for us the best way they could. So,
what did your mum say about you coming to box?
My mum and Dad. My dad used to take us up to the amateur gym I boxed at. It was at Port Victoria in Port Glasgow. So my dad used to take us there. I was a taxi driver. I used to take us up and do the training every night, which was good. So, yep.
How's your relationship with your folks now?
Aye, they're fine. Yep. Aye, but absolutely brand new. Yeah.
Aye. Brothers or sisters, John? When you got?
I've got two. I've got a sister, young sister Lynn. She's actually into boxing, and I've got another half sister, Donna Marie. And I just found out about her about 2 years ago. So I did. So my dad.
A bit of a shock for you, John.
It was. I couldn't believe it. It was my sister Lynn that actually looked for her. So she kind of put a post out. I can't remember which social media site it was. But then somebody came back showing the real lasses. So that was quite good to find out. So it was.
How'd you go at school, John?
Hated it. So I didn't really like school at all, to be honest. I got bullied my first primary one. I get bullied when I was in St Joseph's, it was called, I think. And then I moved schools to St Patrick's. And it was alright. But I think that stayed with us, you know.
I see the bullying, John. Did that kind of make you want to come to the gym and start getting involved in boxing?
It did, that's probably, I mean, I've always been into it. I've done karate, tried kung fu, I was always into kind of contact sports, but karate wasn't as contact as I liked, you know, so obviously I tried boxing when I was 15. My dad eventually took us because I probably moaned at him for ages to get us here.
Did you need to channel a lot of aggression when you were young, John?
I played every sport, to be honest, as well. I played football, in the course I done at college, I done rugby, shinty, I've done volleyball, badminton, I've tried most sports I've got going, so I have. But boxing, mate, I was playing for a football team when I was 15 as well, and I started boxing when about the same time, and boxing stuck because I liked that obviously better. So
what brought you to boxing initially, John? Was it the bullying for school? And
probably was. I don't.
Did that scarred you back then, John?
It probably did, yeah. I think it did, but as I say, when I was an amateur, I started when I was 15, and I was only an amateur for 4 seasons, to be honest. I wasn't an amateur a long time, but I done everything. I won the Scottish junior and senior titles. I boxed for Scotland as well numerous times, so I didn't. There was nothing else. There was nothing else I had to run. No, I wanted to turn over and be a professional. So
when did you realise, you know what, I'm going to do something this year? When did it all kind of click, John?
I don't know. I won the Scottish junior title and the Scottish senior title. Probably after I won the senior title, it was after that I turned professional. I went in a couple of Scotland trips, Canada, to the Reef, and after that it was time for me to turn over. But I wanted to earn money at it as well, you know.
You turned it at the right time, John,
Aye, there was nothing else for me to do as an amateur, so there wasn't. I boxed for Scotland. I won the national titles, junior and senior. So I done what I was like. I wasn't a great amateur, you know. I wasn't 1976. What's the word? Exceptional. Exceptional. I'm gonna say it, man. I wasn't exceptional. So it was only what's my word to do.
Did you fall in love with the sport right away, John?
I don't know if I fell in love with it. I did enjoy it, but I don't know. Honestly, I don't know how to answer that.
So you linked up with Danny Lee back then. How did that all come about, John?
I heard Danny was a professional himself, so I just went to the gym and asked him, I think. I went to, he was on the club doing Greenock, so I think I got his number. I can't really remember, it was years and years ago, so... But I just went and asked him if he'd trained me, and he says, aye. How
good a coach was he?
Danny's a good coach, he was a good motivator, Danny. He was always there for you as well, always dedicated. Yep, Danny's a good trainer.
Did he believe in you right away, John?
I think he did, yeah.
Were you close back then, John?
We were close back then, yeah. I was at the gym every night, I was with Danny 5 nights a week, 6 days a week, so, yep.
Are you grateful for that time you spent together, John, back then?
It was good, Danny. It was good. Gym was in Greenock, so convenient as well, being at Danny's. And I had to, at the end up I had to go, but obviously fighters need to, if they're with a trainer and they're not learning them more, or they think they could do better somewhere else, they've got to go and find somebody else to show them, because if the trainer can only take a fighter so far, then they've got to seek out somewhere else. So that's.
I've heard he could read a fight well, Danny Lee.
He definitely. He was good at that. So he was.
He's not in touch anymore, John.
We don't. I've not been spoke to Danny. I'll see a lot when I see him, but that's about.
A bit of a loaded question, John, but was there a reason why you parted company back then? Because you went back with him, didn't you?
I went back with him, yeah. Billy's gym moved. Billy Nelson moved to Bellshill, I think. Somewhere like that. And Billy went there, so it was further up the road for me. So again, it was easier for me to train in Greenock because I stayed there, to be honest.
How did the link up come with Billy then? Because you were with Billy for the Martin Lindsay fight, weren't you?
Yeah, I knew. I always met Billy. I think I met him at a boxing show many times, and he was saying to us. And then Ricky, trained Ricky, and I was one of Ricky's main sparring partners at the time. So I think that's how that came about. And then Billy trained us. But I fought Paul Truscott the first time.
Yep.
And it got stopped on cuts. And I heard he was winning on the scorecard, to be honest. And it got stopped on cuts. Then I boxed my second time, and that's when I was with Billy. And she's seen the difference between the first fight and the second fight. I stopped him with 10 from the second fight. Right. The first fight was. But I was getting beat, I think, it was like 5th round or something near the enemy, and and I stopped my second time, and that was the difference between training with Billy. So it was.
What made Billy a good trainer, John?
I don't know it. I think he learned from Peter Harrison, Billy. So he did.
Best trainer in Scotland, didn't he?
Well, they say that. So so I think he learned a lot from Peter, and Billy's a great trainer. I rate Billy a lot. So
did you click with Billy right away?
He's a likable big guy, Billy. So he's funny, and he's for the fighters as well. He's good with his fighters.
Did you see much differences for Danny to Billy?
I don't know. I don't know how to answer that, to be honest. Billy had a good stable as well. He had a good few fighters, Billy training as well. So in Danny's, I never had that. I was only professional in the gym. With Billy's, it was all professional. So I think he had about 5 or 6 boys at the time, all training at the same time. We're all.
Yeah. What was it? Obviously, you'd left Billy, right?
Yep.
And you went back to Danny.
Yep. For
the Appleby fight on the rematch. Yep. What was behind that? You leaving Billy and going back to Danny? Was there just he had too many fighters in the gym, or was there anything?
No, Billy moved. He moved gyms,
right.
Sure. He moved to Bells Hill, and it was further up the road. And I can't really remember, to be honest. I think Danny's gym was about a mile from my house as well. Right. So I kind of rolled out of bed and I was there, but. And I always got on well with Danny. It was nice enough, Danny. So,
how big was that victory, the Appleby fight for you, John? That was a great fight.
In the rematch. It was good because the first fight was close as well. Victor Loughlin scored the knockdown, and it wasn't a knockdown. It skiffed the back of my head, and my back foot. So the punch caused the knockdown. I don't know. I didn't see it as a knockdown anyway. Right back up again, he scored the knockdown, and that was the difference between the win and the loss, or the win and the draw. Sorry, so if he never scored that, I would have got the draw and I would have retained my belt. So that was for me to win the British title, right? And I fucking slipped, never I put it off, you know. So I was
watching that the other day there, and Victor Loughlin's got black hair, and that's how logo that was.
I know. No, I mean, his mother, man, it's just I've got so many. I have 37 fights, and I've beat 11 times, and about 6 or 7 of them are either close or I should have won. It was kind of sticks in my throat at times, to be honest. You know.
See the Appleby rematch. Obviously, Billy was in Appleby's corner. You with Danny. How did that affect you mentally at all, John? Like, was there just like professionalism? Listen,
no, I had great sparring for that fight. Derry Matthews come up and sparred with me. I can't mind when he was fighting, but I think he had a fight with him about the same time, and I don't know where it was, but he was training up here. And I sparred with a great sparring with Derry Matthews. He was fighting the lightweight.
What was his power like, Derry? Because I heard his power was maybe mad.
He could punch, yeah. He could definitely punch. But I had great sparring with Derry anyway, and accent is up well with fighting. I knew I was training. Felt brilliant in the gym at that time, so I kind of knew I was going to do the job at that time. So I did.
You turned pro, John, in 2002, I think it was. That was 21 years ago, mate. Does that seem like yesterday?
Aye, it's quite hard to swallow, to be honest. It's done. I've regret, let's say regret, but I wish I could do things different, but I can't, so.
What would you have done different, John? What do you mean?
More disciplined outside the ring, so I always trained. I couldn't afford my training. Maybe I made a few adjustments in my training earlier on, right enough, but I always trained 100%, you know. I would have a dietitian in to sort my diet out. And I would have a strength and conditioning coach, that's kind of essential as well nowadays. So as and obviously I would have more discipline outside the ring as well.
Do you think you'd hold your own now, John, this featherweight division domestically and world level?
Well, back then I would have.
Because you always came to, John, the thing with you always came to fight, you're a front foot fighter. The Americans would have loved your style, do you know what I mean? Back then, to now, I definitely, I was hard, featherweight was hard to beat. I know I did, but I had terrible decisions at times. After being Billy in it as well, I think I would have been hard to beat as a featherweight. I was number 6 in IBF, and then Stephen Smith knocked his half at rating again when he beat us the second time. So I just, it kind of sticks in my throat. It's just some of the decisions, and I think I would have been up there anyway. What were your goals of turning pro, John, when you first started?
My goals turning pro was to fight for a British title. And obviously I done that twice over and won other titles as well, so I can't complain. I'm happy, but I think I could have done better, but I can't really change it now. So
you'd lost your second fight, John. Was that kind of hard to take at the time? Because Gilmore sent you down south, didn't he? Like a 4-0 fighter, wasn't it? I'm sure it was.
Wales,
I think it was Lee Holmes or something,
wasn't it?
I
boxed. It was good. It was 4-0. And I was 1-0, so it was mad that I shouldn't have really fought him, but it was like a beat points, so
Because the Dazza Williams fight, you fought him down in Hereford. It was 115, 114. Do you feel you kind of get robbed in that fight as well?
I've definitely, all the commentators had us winning, everybody at home had us winning, but again, that's the thing about boxing, once a decision, it's can't be overturned, it's kind of wrong that way, because the golden boy, the commentators and the judges always favour the golden boy right away. I mean, I was champion a few times and I get beat after the golden boy, you know what I mean, and I should have won the fight. Being at home and it's just that it kind of sticks in my throat big time.
Because you'd fought Andy Morris at Braehead,
and
then you went to York Hall to fight Foster, because Morris beat, then you fought Foster.
The Matthews.
In a razor thin decision. But then you went back on the road again to fight Foster and you beat him.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, John,
no, I never fight, but I don't know how to beat Foster.
No, you beat Andy Morris it was. Andy Morris in the rematch.
I won.
Down at the Docklands it was.
Yeah.
And then you beat him and you're like, John, you're on the road, you weren't scared.
I just went. Most of my fights were away from home, which I quite preferred, to be honest, because there's less pressure on you when you're away from home. But
and you'd done the trilogy with Morris as well.
Yeah, but I just stopped him
as well. Do you know what I mean?
First stopped him the third time, yeah.
Then obviously you jumped on to fight Martin Lindsay for the British.
Yep.
I know. Unbelievable.
I won the Commonwealth after that, I think.
You won the Commonwealth belt, that's correct.
I won the Commonwealth and then I won the British again, and then I won the King.
See, even that rematch with Stephen Smith, you were like, Terry O'Connor had at 118, 112. I think he was on the fucking fags and Guinness before he went in, man.
I know, it's not that. Boys trained full time and they put their hearts and souls into these camps, and you've got guys like that kind of getting rubbish decisions, getting bugging the scorecards up. It kind of annoys the life of me, to be honest, but it's the way the sport is, isn't it?
Just looking at this featherweight division just now, John, I spoke to you if you could hold your own. Talk to you about a guy like Nathaniel Collins. Do you rate him as a fighter, John?
I seen the last couple of rounds he's fighting Saturday, but he's good, so there's...
Do you think he's got what it takes to go all the way?
I don't know. That's I've not seen enough of him, so I've only seen a couple of rounds the other day. So, but he looks like he's boxing well. So
we need to touch on the heavyweight scene, John. Obviously, we've got all the Saudi money here. Do you know what I mean? Let's look at it. Just be honest, right? Like, when was the last time Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren sat down before this money came about? That's right. You'll not be able to tell me. Do you know what I mean?
No.
Well, we've got Big Wilder in with Parker. You've got AJ in with Wallen. There's potential banana skins here. Who do you think's a party crasher in that day two fights? Because we don't know what happens, John, right? See, in life, we always don't get what we want, and the boxing gods aren't going to give us AJ Wilder.
Yeah.
I see somebody beating somebody. What do you think? Who do you see?
I don't know, honestly. I'm not... Who's fighting again?
So you've got AJ versus Wilder.
Right.
And,
no, AJ versus...
No, sorry, AJ versus Wallen. Aye.
Well, Wilder's winning.
Wilder versus Parker.
Yeah, I think Wilder should win that fight. I like Joseph Parker as well. He's I like him as a fighter, but Wilder's just a massive puncher, isn't he? And he's...
No, what I can't get, John, right? He's like 16 stone, right? And he's blown guys away with one shot. They're 19 stone. See that kinetic energy for his legs up? It's like a fucking freaking nature, do you know what I mean?
I can dig, but I seen him and Javonte Davis done the punching machine thing, and they get a bigger score. That's mad, so I like Javonte Davis, that's one of my favourite fighters. So
how would you see Javonte and Shakur? Do you think that could be a good fight down the line? See, the thing is, Shakur Stevenson is an incredible boxer. I think he's the next Mayweather.
If I was Davies, I would take the fight. I would body swear him, because Shakur's I think he's just hard to hit. He's awkward and he's not, do you know what I mean? But so is Javonte Davis. I don't know. I think he's got a good bit of height on Javonte Davis as well, Shakur. Yeah. I don't know. If I think everybody's trying to duke Shakur Stevenson, they're trying to body swear him, because it's just a tough fight. It's hard to hit the guy. Maybe that was when he was champion.
Different gravy. Was that somebody looked up to, John, back then?
Mayweather is still the best fighter. He'll be in best fighter ever to be, I think. Mayweather is. He's just too hitting all by hurt, isn't he?
He made some money again, didn't he?
Madness.
But to just back on to, obviously we've got the big one coming in February, and we had for Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury. How do you see that fight playing out, John?
Don't know. Honestly, I do not know. Obviously, if they're saying Fury's last performance, but I like Fury. He's one of my favourite fighters, so I kind of want Fury to win. But you never know. He'll be boxing to you with the heavyweight.
Do you think Usyk, the way that he doesn't speak the best English, right, he can get because Tyson Fury's trying to get that mental water torture into his head. Do you think
Usyk
can get into his head to make him think harder in the fight, which will make him fight harder in the fight, John.
Let's see the last performance against, who was it again, Ngannou?
Yeah,
I think
that was a load of shite, that.
I don't think Fury maybe didn't take it serious, and obviously Ngannou just talk more than he can punch a bit, and so I think Fury be more switched on for this fight. So I'm backing Fury. I've kind of know it's kind of hard to see by Fury just now, but I don't know who.
That's the thing I don't get, right? How can Francis Ngannou, right, get into the WBC rankings and he get beat his first fight?
I know.
Does that show you the corruption of boxing?
Wild, man.
What's your thoughts on that?
I know, it's mad. They shouldn't even have fought Tyson Fury. They shouldn't be allowed, you know what I mean? But it's just the way it's in. It's money. Money controls everything, doesn't it?
Oh, 100%. Aye, so listen, John, it's been an absolute privilege talking to you today. I can't thank you enough for your time.
No problem.
Appreciate it. I wish you nothing but health, success and happiness in the future.
Thanks very much.
God bless, John.
Brilliant.
Cheers, mate. Thanks.
Cheers,
All right,
mate.
Cheers.